All right, we were pretty sure Josh McDaniels was the worst coach in football this week, but not to be outdone, Nat Hackett did a hell of a job blowing the game to
Saved my
Vegas.
picks, my goodness.
Yeah, they both make Jeff Saturday look like Vince Lombardi. Which AFC train wreck is in a worse spot moving forward, Denver or Las
Oh, it's
Vegas?
not even close.
We already know the answer here. By the way, Broncos are 0-3 in overtime right now.
The answer's Denver, and it's
Gone to
by a
overtime the most,
mile.
too. Yeah.
So some of these Denver stats are not to be believed.
Their record?
With DeMonte, they're 3-7. Okay.
Are the
If
Raiders
they-
are also 3-7, right?
Yes.
Right.
But 2-0 against the Broncos.
Right.
The Raiders 1-7 against the NFL and 2-0 against the Broncos. The Denver Broncos at 3-7 would have the best record in the NFL if every game they scored 18 points.
Well,
If through regulation they had 18 points, they would have the best record in the league. 18 points would make you a bottom 5 scoring offense. And if they did that, they'd have the best record in the league. So
just
Denver is out future picks. So they're going to give to Seattle potentially a top 5 pick. Yeah, like they also signed Russell to this absurd contract. I don't know that there is a team in the league except for possibly if Stafford's cooked, which I don't know that he is. The Rams could be in real bad shape. Donald could retire. They're also out future picks.
right.
They gave Stafford a big deal. All the quarterbacks who got big deals, by the way. Russell got a deal prematurely. Disaster. Rodgers got a deal. Disaster. Kyler got a deal. Disaster. Stafford got a deal. Disaster. 4 quarterbacks got signed this offseason. But Denver, what do they have left? All right, they're at the Panthers this week.
I mean, they're all going to be games.
Then home for the Ravens. I'm sorry, at the Ravens, pardon me. Home for the Chiefs. Home for the Cardinals, home for the Rams, or at the Rams. At the Chiefs, home for the Chargers. So, Ravens, Chiefs, and that Chargers game, the Chargers probably, it's week 18. For them, it'll be, they have to win to have a chance of making the playoffs. Those are 4. Can't see how they possibly win it. So Panthers, let's say they go undefeated, Panthers, Cardinals, Rams, which I don't think they will. That means they're 6-11. Their ceiling is 6-11. They have a real shot at being 4-13 and they owe a first and a second round pick to Seattle. It's a disaster for them.
It's also a disaster for their defense. I feel bad for those guys.
Best defense in the league.
Yeah. It's like the 18
Every
point
week
thing.
the defense holds the opponent to 16 or less.
Yeah.
And every week they lose. And by the way, this was not a second guess. This was a first guess. I'm going to tell you guys, if you weren't watching it, this was another Nat Hackett special at the end of this game, but Russell Wilson was a co-conspirator in this. So was that the game? Yeah, that was the game. So here's the situation. It's 3rd and 10. It's the 2-minute warning. The Raiders are out of timeouts. They're down 3 points. The ball is on the Denver 34. Okay? If you run the football, play takes 5 seconds, 40-second of play clock, punt the ball. You are punting the ball with the Raiders backed up, down 3, with 1:10 left and no timeouts against that defense of yours.
Right.
Instead, they call a pass play.
Incomplete.
And where I say Russell Wilson's a co-conspirator, Russell Wilson.
You're talking about the incomplete pass where he was like running off to the sideline? Yeah.
Go down. Take the sack.
Yeah.
If you don't have an easy completion there, take the sack, eat this 8 yards of loss, and take 40 seconds off the play clock. Instead, the Raiders get the ball, of course, with a minute 43 left, would have been a minute 3, and they end up kicking the field goal with 16 seconds left. It's just terrible. Russ has to know better than that. In fact, I just thought about this. We were going to talk about the Eagles-Colts game briefly on the TV show today. I'm going to text them and say we have to talk about the Broncos. We have to talk about the Broncos. It's too much of a disaster to not talk about the Broncos.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.